Okay, this probably should appear to be deja vu all over again. So I'm going to say it really does look like problem number two. I'm not going to say it's the same problem, but it looks very similar. You know, where I solved the second equation for y and plugged into the first, did some manipulation, got an answer, plugged it in, got my points, and I get these points over here. All right. Now, again, if you think something's wrong with my key or something, please reach out to me. My name is Ron Bannon, and my email address is Bannon. That's B as in boy, the @ symbol, NNON.US. But I want to talk about an alternative approach to the problem. So I'm looking at this thing over here, and I want to just go over to the key, and it says, initially you need to get a factorable equation, blah, blah, blah. I'm using zero product rule. And so someone says, what are you doing now? Well, I'm looking at, let's make sure you understand what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the first equation, and I multiplied it by 2. All right, so this is the first equation multiplied by 2. All right, what do you get over there? Let's see. Let's make sure I did that right. 2x squared plus 2xy plus 2y squared equals 38. Not bad. I was able to do that. And then I took the second equation, and I wanted to use the zero product rule. So I need to make this thing minus 38. So I'd have to multiply by, I have to multiply by 17, right? I'm sorry, 19. So what'd you get over there? The second equation, if you multiply it by 19, this is the second equation, by the way, you would get 38x squared plus 19xy. No, I'm scrolling a lot. And then minus 38. Now, by the way, I'm not going to say it's going to work out for you. All I'm saying is it's not bad to look for things. And what do you get? You get two equations that if you add these things together, right? And this is an alternative method. Do not believe one method is better than the other, though. The method that you follow is the method that you follow. It's the best for you. Well, what do you get over there? If I add those two equations together, you would get 40x squared. And then what do you get? You get 21xy, and then what do you get plus 2y squared? Now, by the way, this could be an absolute disaster. And what I mean by that, you get something here that's so complicated you can't deal with it. But what's nice about this thing is it actually factors, all right? And you're kind of expecting that. So let me write this down for you. What do you get? You get 8x and 5x. I'll check it for you, don't worry. 2y and 1y. There's no way I could put the 2 at the 8, by the way. That's why I did that. Looks like everything's positive. Does this work? Well, I get the 40x squared. Then what do you get? Yeah, let's see. You get 16 and 5, 21. I get that. And I get the 2y squared. And then I simply just say this, that 8x is equal to minus y. That means, x is equal to minus y over 8. Or if you prefer, you could write down y is going to be minus 8x. Whatever you prefer. It really doesn't much matter to me. If you look at the other equation, when you get 5x equals minus 2y, and so like if you're solving correctly, we'd say x equals minus 2/5 of a y, and if you were solving for y, you would say minus 5/2 of an x. It doesn't really matter, all right? Whatever you feel is easiest, all right? So what are you going to do with this? You got to do something with it, all right? So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to take this thing here. Whoops, sorry about that. Which is probably the easiest statement I've got, that y equals minus 8x, and plug it in somewhere that's easy. So someone says, what's easiest for you? And by the way, there's many easy places to plug it in. But I was going to say if I plugged it in anywhere, I probably would plug it in here, right? Now someone says I want to plug it in elsewhere. You decide, all right? So 2x squared plus xy. Let's see if I did that. Yeah, I did. 2x squared plus xy minus 2. Just plugged it in, right? So I took that equation, plugged it in. And what would you get? Something pretty simple, by the way. Let me go through that with you. And again, we're using the equation 2x squared plus xy equals minus 2. That's the simplest equation I could see in the problems, right? The system of equations. So I plug it in. So 2x squared plus x, what's y? Minus 8x, and that equals minus 2. Well, you multiply it out, you get 2x squared minus 8x squared equals minus 2. You would get what? You get minus 6x squared equals minus 2. and then you divide through by minus 6, and you get x squared equals 1/3. What's x going to equal to? Plus or minus 1 over root 3. By the way, I just rationalized it by multiplying top and bottom by root 3. So it worked out beautifully, all right? So someone says, well, what are you going to do now? I got two solutions to the problem. Remember that. I had this one, and now I got to deal with this one. It's a more difficult one, by the way, but then I got to make a decision. So I'm going to say I'm pretty good with this x, all right? Now, if you know x, you know y, all right? And what I mean by that, if x is root 3, I'll write this down over here. If x is root 3 over 3, what would y equal? Well, it's minus 8 times that, so minus 8 root 3 over 3. I want to point out these answers are listed for you over here. Let me point out that answer is right here, all right? If I did the other one, x equals minus root 3 over 3, what would y be? 8 root 3 over 3. Is that being listed right over here? So I'm pretty comfortable with that. All right, I'm going to get my eraser out. I'm going to start to erase the stuff that I'm done with. Again, it's an alternative method. The method that you choose is up to you. We're done with this. We're done with all this business over here. All right? What am I going to do now? Well, I got to make another selection. And the other selection I'm going to make is, let me highlight it for you, this one over here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to use this one over here. So I'm going to take the same equation. What's that equation going to take? The simplest one I could find is 2x squared plus xy equals minus 2. I'm going to plug that in, see what we come up with. Let's write that down. You get 2x squared plus x times minus 5 over 2x, and that equals minus 2. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. You get 4x squared minus 5x squared equals minus 4. And what do you get there? You get minus x squared equals minus 4, and you get x squared is equal to 4. Well, this turns out to be much easier. X is just plus or minus 2. So let me repeat over here. If x is plus or minus 2, and again, we're using this equation over here, let's write it down, 2 and minus 2, and it's going to be fairly easy to write down the y now. What are you going to get over here? Minus 5, and over here you can get 5. I just want to go back over the answer key to make sure you know those answers are staring at you. For example, minus 2, 5, and the other one we said 2 minus 5. All right? The method you follow is up to you. Don't think one method is better than another. However, people often judge others on the methods they're using to solve a problem. You've heard some people's work as elegant, some people's work as being thuggish. You decide, though, what works for you, though. Don't believe one method's better than another. What you're going to do, though, is learn by trying a variety of approaches to do the problem. Will the answer always be the same? If it's truthful, it will. I want to point out we also provide a key for you. I'm just going to go through that key briefly. Whoops. Let's take a look at this point over here. 2 minus 5. Let me go back over that. That answer is right over here. Let me do this answer over here. Minus 2, 5. I got that answer over there. The other ones, I'll be honest with you, you couldn't locate those unless you did the algebra. And we did the algebra. It's these points over here. What's that going to be? It's actually root 3 over 3 minus 8 root 3 over 3. And this point over here, that's going to be minus root 3 over 3. And the y-coordinate there is going to be 8 root 3s over 3. You couldn't locate that looking at my graph, though. There's just no way you could do it. No way in the world. All right? Hopefully this has been helpful, though. And again, in a variety of ways, you choose the best way for you. Thank you.